I'm Sharon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've noticed that as I study, I've been doing some of my own personal study, and I've noticed that the more I realise I don't know, the more I try and find out more, and then I do more work, and that uncovers more questions and more things that I don't understand, and then that leads me down trails, and then I find out I learn some new bits and bobs, and then I think, well, but I don't quite understand what that bit means, and so that takes me down another track, and it just makes me feel that there is always something new to learn, and it's that sense of just, I don't know, I don't understand, that then feeds and fuels that desire to keep wanting to learn more. And there's this saying, isn't there, that it's when you think you know it all, that's when you're in big trouble. However, that sense of being acutely aware of, I don't know, I don't understand, that at first is quite discouraging, isn't it? You know, there's a saying, there's a term, and it's called woodenheaded. And it's like, yeah, I know what that feels like. I just don't feel like this is sinking in. And I feel like I'm being wooden-headed, and I should know this, and I don't. However, in recognising that sort of first statement, I don't know, it's not sinking in, is a good place to start, because it won't always be the case. And it's the fact that you recognise, or I recognise, I don't know this. I want to know this, and then that drives me to find out more. So really, you know, the only way is up. And I've noticed that there's a pattern to when we learn things. Thank goodness we don't stay in the doldrums all the time. So be encouraged if you're at that sort of wooden-headed, I don't know this stage. It won't always be the case, but I've noticed that there's a sort of a journey, and it keeps replicating. So you start off feeling like, I don't know, I don't understand, I feel wooden-headed. Now you can either think, it's too much, I can't do it, I give up. Well, you've not lost anything because you didn't know it before, but you've not gained anything, you haven't tried. And really, if you try, you will gain something. I think oftentimes we get discouraged because we haven't made the progress as quickly as we think we should. And very often we place very unrealistic sort of guides, goals to where we should be. And that's it's fruitless. There is no point thinking, I should be here. I should be here. This is where I'm at, this is what I'll work with, and everybody's learning journey is completely different. So you start off with that sort of, I don't understand this, I want to know. You make your progress at whatever stage you make it. Any progress at all is better than giving up. And if you just keep going and you keep peeling back the layers and you think, I don't understand, and come at it from a different way, you eventually start to build up a familiarity with the subject, whatever subject it is, and then you pick up a little bit of momentum, and then you get going a bit and you're all encouraged, and then you find a wall. And so you come to a point you think, oh, I don't know what that means, I thought I knew this. And so you have to go off down a different avenue, and then you have to go down a different avenue. And then you go back to square one, it feels like, because you think, oh, I don't know this, I don't understand. Goodness, I feel wooden-headed. I'm not getting anywhere. I'll give up. You see the pattern returning here. So that is actually a lie that we are telling ourselves, because, you know, this is now phase 2. We've already accomplished phase 1. And that will just keep on. And it's when you feel like there is nothing more to be learned, nothing more to overcome, then that's when, that's probably the time it's like, I really need to do some work here, because there is always something new to learn. And whether it's a completely new avenue of study, or whether it's revision, going back over old stuff. I've been doing both. So I've gone back over, because, you know, oftentimes if I'm teaching sort of advanced theory or so on, it's like, goodness, it's a while since I've done this. Let me just get my head around this. And so then, you know, I have to do a bit of revision, think, oh yeah, I remember this, I've got this. And then, so we have that whole process in filling in some gaps that have got a little bit rusty along the way, because we haven't used those skills for a while, so it just requires a little bit of patching up, as it were. And then I've also thought, well, do you know, I'd really like to do a little bit of study about this, or I'd like to learn something completely new. And then it's like, well, okay, I know absolutely nothing about this subject at all. So you go off on your research little pathway, whether it's via the internet or, you know, dig out some old books. And this is where I would say it's such a shame that the libraries are closed, because I absolutely love going to sit in a study library. And it's funny how I've seen how they've changed over the years, because I used to go to the local city library, and there was a study room and there was a reference section. It was quite a good music reference section, and there was a quiet study room where you could go, and it was, you know, kind of classic library rules, no talking. That no longer exists now, and I really do miss that. So I would say, gosh, it's such a shame that libraries are closed, but that avenue is closed to me now anyway. And libraries are very different places, and I think it's good that libraries need to be used more, and I appreciate not everybody wants a silent study room. And so now it's got reading corners for mums and tots and baby groups and nursery rhymes singing and so on, but you can't really study with that going on, can you? So maybe one little room for us little study types might have been helpful. However, obviously it mustn't have been worth their while. So that's a shame. However, I have found out that my local university, the music library there, is still continuing. I'd heard rumours that was closing, but thank goodness that's not true. So as soon as lockdown finishes, I can go to the university library, and their reference section's pretty good. I've got some decent reference books myself to start me off with in the time that I'm waiting for that. But even then, it's supposed to be a quiet study room, but even then that's different. I notice there's less concentrated study goes on. You know, there's bits of whispers and bits of chats, and, you know, a bit of a chat on a keyboard, and then you're back to your books, and then a bit of a chat on a keyboard, and so on. Whereas those whispers and those chats and those even silent little noises would not have been tolerated once upon a time, would they? But nevertheless, that opportunity will exist to me as soon as lockdown finishes. And again, I'll turn up there and think, I don't know what books I need. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't even know where to start. And that is actually a really great place to be in. I'm at a flat zero. I know nothing in this area. The only way for me to go is up. So no matter how lacking you think you are in knowledge, in whatever field, don't be too harsh on yourself and sort of make out that you don't know anything at all, when actually perhaps you do know some things. But if you really, really don't know much at all, that is okay. That is a great place to start, and let that fuel your desire to learn. The only way is up. Enjoy your studies. See you next time. Bye.